On Tuesday, September the 11th, 2001, I arose in the early afternoon to prepare myself for a graveyard shift at my place of work. I was living in England at the time and 5 hours ahead of New York. As was my normal routine, I got out of bed, went downstairs and turned on the news whilst I prepared my late breakfast. On the news they were showing the World Trade Center and were reporting that a small aircraft had hit one of the 2 skyscrapers that are America's finance capital. I turned up the volume to follow the story as I made coffee in the kitchen. I half listened as I went about my toils. At that time, I had no clue as to the magnitude of the story I was listening to. With food on my plate and coffee in my cup, I sat down to watch the news. As they showed the shots of the Twin Towers, I was puzzled as to how big the plane must have been. The hole in the building looked rather large. While watching, I did notice a plane on the right-hand side of the shot approaching the towers, but having no idea of the scale, I assumed that it was a small aircraft, probably belonging to some anonymous news service. That was when the second tower was hit. Initially, I had no idea what had just happened in front of me. It took a few seconds to realize another plane had hit the buildings. Prior to that, the human mind plays tricks. The chances of 2 planes hitting 2 neighboring skyscrapers are infinitesimally small. At first I thought maybe a secondary explosion caused by the first impact. But no, how could that happen? It was not even the same building. And as the truth dawned on me, I realized that some unknown monster had today declared war on the United States of America. I sat mesmerized in front of the TV, slowly realizing that this was one of the biggest news stories of my life, and it was all unfolding in front of me live on TV. The attack on the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and had the 4th plane not been downed by a bunch of heroic passengers, probably the White House, was an evil, cowardly, and heinous assault on everything we value dearly in the civilized world. America was outraged, rightfully filled with anger and a desire to punish those responsible for this atrocity. Years later, and motivated by political gain, the left tried to downsize what happened on September 11, 2001, an attempt to convince you that our response was uncivilized and unjust. But America responded like America had to. We stood proud and we stood strong. We showed the monsters who hide in shadows and plot against us that if you punch America on the nose, we may bleed for a short while, but we'll wipe that blood away, and once we have, the ferocity of our responses will leave you in no doubt of the consequences of your actions. This is the message we have to send out. Once the cowardly terrorists perceive America as being weak, a message clearly sent out by Bill Clinton after the Mogadishu farce, they will have no fear of attacking us, as witnessed on that fateful Tuesday morning. The content of this video may be disturbing to some, and I do not apologize for that. This was my intention. I want this video to be a reminder to you all of the evil that was cast down upon the soil of the United States of America on September the 11th, 2001.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday
building
teacher,
runs
tell
from
me
about 10
what's
stories
my
up to about 15
lesson.
stories, going from
Look
right
right
to
through
left.
me. Look
And now
right
we have
through
quite a bit of smoke
me.
and flame pouring out
And
of
I
the
find it
eastern
kind
side
of
of tower
funny.
number
I
1.
find it
And
kind of
at this
sad.
point, Jeff, that is
Truth
all we
in
have. We
which
are
I'm
still looking at
dying while
smoke
the
billowing
best
out
I
of tower
will.
number 1.
Clear at this
I
point.
find it
The
hard to
Capitol building,
tell
the
you.
Treasury, and the
I
White House
find
have
it
now
hard to
all
tell.
been evacuated.
A plane crashed into the Pentagon
Circles,
just a
it's a
little while
very,
after the two
very
planes crashed into the two towers of the World Trade Center here in New York. They have also evacuated the Capitol building. And let's listen in for Tom Kaminsky in Chopper 880, who joins us again.
Tom, we have a question for you. Can you get out of Manhattan?
All of the Port Authority crossings are closed down. As we've been saying, the subway service severely disrupted. No one really being allowed to move anywhere.
And as we all claim freedom as our divine right, let us ponder that freedom is not nor ever was free. A man's freedom of speech, freedom of choice, and right to choose the leaders he or she would follow in peace and in battle has come at the cost of an immeasurable amount of lives and struggles since the dawn of mankind. Your forebears' pain has indefatigably led to the liberty and justice that you take for granted. Your freedom, however, is coveted by others, observed jealously from afar by those whose dreams and delusional fantasies see you as their marionettes put on this earth only to dance from the strings they give to you. Make no mistake, as those who stood on this good earth before you sacrificed themselves for their children and their children's children, so must we all continue that struggle. A struggle against religious fanatics, dictators, and oppressors who seek to rob you of your legacy. Freedom. 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 Freedom.
Bin Laden, all those Arab countries, you just blow them up, kill them. That's it, honestly. Kill them.
These animals, they don't deserve to live on this earth. They should eliminate them.
And we should,
Pulverize them, the mothers.
and we should retaliate and run away. That's it. And this, I wish that that had been done today, like they did to us. That's all I can say.
It collapsed. The top floors collapsed down. I saw it blow and then ran like hell. Thank God. I'm 69, but I can still run. There's got to be fire in the trap back there, though.
Oh my God. Look behind us. Please pan in this way. Please be careful of your baby.